Alright friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B. So Miss Luna is out here with me today, sweet little girl. We have some cleaning up to do. My friend Miss Carrie, we were at work today and she was saying, man, I wish I had some tarragon. I really want some tarragon. We were talking about it. It was in one of my videos. And she was just now getting to my videos that she was watching. And so I was like, we don't really grow tarragon here because it's really only zoned for basically zone 7, 3 to 7. And so I told her, that's the French tarragon, by the way. And that's really what you see in a lot of culinary aspects. And so I was like, you know what we can grow though, is we can grow Mexican tarragon. I was looking all over. I looked at the Walmarts and everything. Everybody said they were sold out, including Lowe's. And right now, our Lowe's had a sale on the Miracle Grow. That's Miss Tiffany. We had a sale for $2 a bag. And so these bags are so heavy because it rained really good here yesterday. And so honestly, like, I know this sounds so weak of me, but I really was only able, these bags are so wet, like they were just sopping wet, like black, like brown black liquid was running out of them because they're so full of water. And so when I went there, I was like, well, let me just go look over at what they had going on. And they actually had some Mexican tarragon. So I went ahead and purchased it. Now you can see this has been in here for a little minute. You can see all the roots. The roots are even coming through on the bottom. But I got that. Now, do you know that these, like, listen, like Bonnie's just, to me, it's kind of cheap. You know what I mean? So Bonnie seeds are like, you know, it's not like the greatest to me. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, don't mistake what I'm saying. But, I mean, you take what you can get, right? You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. So I'm grateful that they actually even had the Mexican tarragon. When I was there, I decided that they had some spearmint. Now I have tried to grow spearmint on my own and it just never seems to work out, probably because I don't use the little cell blocks to kind of start growing first, and I just throw them out in the garden and just pray for the best. So they had one. It didn't look all that great, but again, basically these were like $6.95 per plant. And I have the seeds, which you can get basically like a whole pack of seeds for that cost, if not cheaper, which is crazy. I got two, basically, I think these are, oh, this is sweet basil, not Genovese, but basically it looks a lot like the sweet basil, the Genovese basil. We've been doing a lot of basil in tea. My fiance is actually drinking it and he says he loves it. So keep in mind that your basils are gonna be like kind of anti-inflammatory, and so that's just really good to have. That's why I like to do like cinnamon basil, lemon basils, because all those basils, I usually use them fresh in the garden, and I keep them for teas. A lot of people are like, what do you do with it? And I'm like, that's tea, y'all. So we love our herbal teas. Speaking of that, right here where I'm sitting, this is just a basil that just started growing on its own. I'm pretty sure it's lemon. You rub it. Yeah, that's lemon basil. So you just rub it, you get that nice scent aroma comes off of it, and so that's what I've been doing the teas with. So just keep that in mind. Like, I really been thinking, like, I think that's why this like little seed sprouted up. And so y'all know that I tried to do some growing over in that bed that's close to the house. I want to do all herbs over there, and you know, it's been struggling. That bed's been struggling, to say the least. So I am going to end up today, I'm going to clean up this bed a little bit. We've got some onions and stuff. We've got some broccoli over here. I'm going to end up cutting these two broccoli out. Well, there was 3 broccoli in there, but this broccoli didn't do anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull those out. Now remember, you can take the stems, you can cut them up, those nice softer pieces of the stems, and you can do pickling of the broccoli stems. I probably really just need to shoot a video with you guys. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow when I get home. I'll shoot a video on the pickling of the actual stems so we can walk through that process. We just cut them like cucumbers, and then I'll list that recipe down for you guys so you can have the pickled stems. You see that a lot in the Asian recipes, but we have to use as much of the plants that we're growing, the produce that we're growing, because right now the store shelves could be empty. That's a nice threat. You know, when you talk about therapy, safety, and security, one of the things that people get, you know, scared about, and that is a food deprivation. And so you do not want to be deprived of food, especially when you know you're working and you are capable of purchasing food, and food has just done nothing but escalate in price. I mean, look at the cost of these plants. I mean, $6.95 for some plants is insane. Like, it's just like, I don't know, I just can't. But anyway, so I ended up buying this one as well. This is lemon thyme. I'm gonna put this over here in this bed as well. And the reason what I'm thinking is I really think that my herbs have been doing very well with this screen over the top of it. And I think part of it is because it gets so hot here in Florida, that heat just beats it down. It actually, when it rained yesterday, so when it rained, it didn't just like pound my vegetable plants. It just actually kind of just gently came through the little holes that are in this screen, and so it was just a nice drip on these plants to where it just wasn't oversaturating them and just beating them to oblivion. So that's what I'm thinking. I may end up, I've got a chili pepper plant that's way over in one of my back beds. I'm like way over, like I'm on acreage or something, but it's over in one of my back beds. And so what I'm thinking about doing is just popping one of those open and pulling the seeds out, and maybe putting some of those chili pepper seeds over here. We're not big, like I don't like spice personally. I don't even like pepper. I just don't do spice, and but my fiance does, plus my friends and family do. And that's why I said you've always got to be thinking about your friends and family. You can't just be thinking about what can I grow for myself. So because like I said, store shelves, spices, think about it, store shelves are empty. What are the big things even biblically that people were consuming? And that was the spice trade. The spice trade industry was so prevalent and made so much money. That's how a lot of people made big money back then, was because they were trading spice and herbs and you know, frankincense, myrrh, cinnamons, all these things. People were just trading like crazy because it brought so much life to their food. And that's why I said don't forget about your herbs. And this year, I don't know what happened, like my brain just kind of went, you know, ADHD, and I was like, you know what, dudes, we're doing it. We're going for a lot of herbs this year. And I have that dehydrator that my Aunt Sharon got me, which I'm super grateful for. And I'm using the heck out of it because I want to do a lot of this preserving. Just because part of it is too, is like I said, we can make teas with some of this stuff. If you start to not feel well, you know, you can do a spicy tea, or you can just make broths with it. If it really comes down to like, you're hungry, I've got like plenty of like cabbage still growing and stuff like that. I mean, I remember watching this one movie where this girl, it was about you know, the whole Hitler situation, and this poor girl was like trying to like help another family, kind of keep them, you know, from being caught or whatever. And like she was eating turnips and turnip stew all the time, and I was just like, yeah, you know, like, and she had a little bit of like backyard, and I'm just like, you know, if you could have just had some seeds, you could have grown some food and helped yourself a little bit, you know. So that's really what this is about, is if you have to like live on soups and stuff, which soup was a big thing in the Depression. My grandmother talked about that a lot, is she made a lot of stews and soups and things that if that's what they had, like I told you, she made onion sandwiches. Like, so don't turn your nose up to anything, because we just don't know where the world's gonna lead us, and that may be what happens to you. You may end up having to eat an onion sandwich, or you know, if you got lots of tomatoes in the summer, you're gonna eat a tomato onion sandwich, or you're just gonna eat a tomato sandwich, or you're just gonna eat tomatoes with some, hopefully you got some Redmond's Real stocked up, and you just sprinkle a little bit of Redmond's Real, put a little bit of basil on it, maybe throw a little bit of thyme on it. You can make yourself tomato soup, you know, add some thyme, add some basil. That's what I'm saying. And so I want to get these growing. I know we're really kind of late in the season to some degree, but I'm hoping that this cover is really going to help us. So I've got this wild tomato behind me. It's just growing in here just like crazy, right? But this broccoli is like, you can see it's kind of starting to flower a little bit. So this broccoli is going to come out. I'm going to take the stems and everything. I've got another broccoli over here. You can see it's starting to flower too. So my fiance is going to be eating broccoli for dinner, and like I said, I think tomorrow I'll save these stems, and tomorrow we'll walk through that chili pepper pickle. I know my nephews, they like it. You know, it's got a little bit of that heat, but they're gonna enjoy it. So all right, let's get started on this bed. Oh wait, but I gotta show you this too. There's a couple other things I want to show you guys too before we get started on this bed. All right, so this is why we have extra plants, because like I said, you never know when something's gonna happen. So my plumeria is blooming, so it smells beautiful because we've been getting a lot of rain. But do you see what happened? This is my papaya tree. It is so wet that it just fell over and busted. You can see it. It's just completely, this tree is gone. And it's going all the way. Thankfully, it messed up my tomato cage. You can see my tomato cage is kind of crooked and broken. But yeah, this tree is basically too moist, and it's literally rotting. Yeah, you can see it busted this tomato cage and turned it sideways because I actually have a tomato in it. But this is what happens. It's crushing my beauty berry, but it's all flat here. It's just a flat hunk of just crud. You see how flat it is? It's just rotten. So this is why we have extra of stuff, and I like to diversify where I'm planting things because you never know what's gonna happen. There's my girls down there, sweet things, my sweet baby girls. And then there's Miss Tiffany over there. She's sitting down enjoying life. And then I noticed, because it's been raining, that we've got another zucchini to cut, which I'm absolutely grateful for, but this thing has kind of gotten real big. Let's see if we can see it. Oh goodness, it's all these leaves. Do you see it? It's this white huge thing. Let me cut it. Always have your knife. So here is our giant zucchini. It is way bigger than my head, like as far as height. It's really almost too big, but nonetheless, it all eats. And so, dang, that thing is giant, man. Look at it. It's huge. It's almost as big as the swing set, like chair. So we let it get a little too big. That's okay though. Like I said, I'm still gonna cook it. We're still gonna eat it. We're gonna make the best of it. And that's what I'm saying. You gotta know, sorry, I was closing the knife. You gotta know what you wanna grow. And my pineapple, because of the rain, my pineapple has been getting really big as well. And so I know, like, you can tell when the pineapple is ready. Like, it actually just falls off on its own. My Aunt Sharon had a pineapple, and I went over to her house one day, and it was just laying on the ground, and I was like, oh, your pineapple's ready. So you don't always have to, like, worry about, like, oh, is your pineapple right, or, like, what's going on with it, because it'll just do what it wants to do. All right, so let's get this broccoli cut, and then here's what the bed kind of looks like right now. You can see it's kind of full and got a bunch of mess going on. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you what it looks like. You can see our onions are just popping through, which I need to take better care of them. Look, you can see the roots and stuff. I have not been very good to these onions, and so I'm gonna transplant them probably over there somewhere. This is the lemon balm. We've been making a lot of tea with the lemon balm. That's what I'm saying. These plants have been doing really good underneath this cover, and that's why I'm gonna take this area here, clean it up, put the Miracle-Gro in here, and we're gonna have, this is gonna be like another herb area for us. So let's get started. All right, friends, so I have cleaned up this garden. Yes, I am filthy. My fingers are filthy, and I'm in my work clothes as always, but So I've gone ahead and you can see here I have gone ahead and added the spearmint next to my lemon balm. I'm hoping that they will intermingle well. Here's my thyme I put right here. I put my basil. This is the tarragon, the Mexican tarragon over here, and then another basil right there. So that should be good. Hopefully they will fill out and they will be happy and grow well together. So friends, keep growing, and until next time, love one another, be kind, and I cannot wait to see you guys out in the garden real soon. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today.